We're here live in the Fox Gifted Press Room. We're going to talk to the cast, talk to the creators, and what we have to look forward to in the next season. Are you excited? I know I am.
Intro, let's go with another flow. Ain't your average entertainment show. More the entertainment than what's on the screen. Connecting dots on what you see. Have you ever wondered how it all began? The idea, how they started the plan. XX actors, the whole team. Mad props to those behind the scene. Why did the person get into the biz? Something inside when they were a kid. Who helped them out when they wanted to quit? What about the fam that gave them rocks to kick? How all the haters, they left shaming alone. Find out in the entertainment zone with Paul Amadeus Lane. It's a real thing. Intro, let's go with another flow. Ain't your average entertainment show. More the entertainment than what's on the screen. Connecting dots on what you see.
Now, we got a chance to hang out at the WB party last night. That was pretty cool.
We partied all night.
So let's talk about what we have to look forward to when the show comes back.
I think that this season you see these two groups. Obviously, Polaris, the Frost Sisters, Andy, they're in the Hellfire group, and then you have our underground, and it's really when you pick up again, it's 6 months later, you find the underground. We're very distressed. We've been searching for months trying to find our family, and I think that definitely puts us into some pretty crazy circumstances.
That just being sort of all constantly failing and not finding our target causes friction and factions to be sort of like drawn between us all, and those emotions start sort of playing out at the beginning of the season. As they would when you're sort of at close quarters and you're arguing, which is great. And I think that we do a really good job of showing the sort of behind the screen of what you think that the sort of the mutant world would be, sort of underground. We've also got a new group. In a literal sense, the kind of underground mutants, which is the Morlocks, which is a big fan favorite in the comic book run. So they're going to be exciting when they launch too.
And I know that your powers were taken away when you were younger.
That's correct.
Will your powers ever come back?
Ooh.
Well, he, I think, feels like he was halted from being perhaps the person who he was supposed to be, and there will be some changes in his life, possibly brought on by himself.
Now talk about the dynamic between you and your brother, the split, and will we see your character dealing emotionally with that, not having your brother around?
Yeah, I mean, something that we're definitely playing with this season is that when these two connect and use Fenris for the first time, there's an emotional and physical power that happens within inside of them. So when he goes missing, she feels like she's missing a part inside of her. But yeah, I mean, losing a family member in any circumstance is hard, but she definitely has to grow up and fight for him back, because he's not wanting to like come back just like that. So it's important to her. I think it's important to all of us. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I tell you, I love the show, love your characters, and you guys enjoy the con. And so guys, let's talk about the new season coming up, and what do we have to look forward to with your characters and your dynamic and your relationships, because it kind of took a little turn.
Ours as Eclipse and Thunderbird. I think with regards to the new series, there's a lot of new dynamics actually. I think because of the split, what's happened is, with the Inner Circle and the Underground sort of dividing, the show actually cast almost splitting in half. It's weirdly enough led to more connections, even though there's a separation, because you find ways for us to interact with each other. Thunderbird and Reed have things that they haven't really done much of last year, and I spent a lot of time with Caitlin, and it allows us to sort of see different sides of these people. When it comes down to Eclipse and Thunderbird, I'll let you say more, but I think the two of them, they're brothers. They always have been. They're there for each other. They check on each other. They do.
Yeah, I think coming into the second season, you're seeing a lot of, you've had this split leadership because Polaris is gone. So you see the two of them sort of trying to use their strengths together to balance out what we have left, to add some stability to a broken network, that's trying to find its footing again. So, you see a little bit of that. And, honestly, we haven't had these last couple episodes. We've had our own stories kind of going on. We haven't had a ton of work together. So I'm actually really looking forward. We start episode 6 pretty soon. I'm looking forward to see where Thunderbird and Eclipse.
Yeah, well, we're back on the road doing some fun stuff. Doing some fighting. But that's what I meant by the new dynamics. We're actually finding ourselves playing along a lot of the episode with someone that we haven't normally shot with. Which is nice.
Yeah, a lot of great solo stories.
I mean, you missed the original, but it's nice to get something fresh that reminds you of what you have back home.
Now, when you guys were growing up, did you guys ever wish that you guys had mutant powers, like watching X-Men and everything?
110%. I grew up collecting comics, full comic nerd, huge into X-Men, watched the animated series every Saturday morning. So, yes.
Less so than that, I guess, would be the way I start that answer.
But you played so well.
Thank you very much. I think I definitely thought I had powers. I performed to myself all the time.
I can see that.
I think and I was a parakeet too, but I would just mimic things. But I remember, I never thought about this. I would think I'd try to move things. I would always try to move things.
Did it ever work?
Sometimes it happened. It'd probably be my brother being like,
Yeah, no, I tried to use the Force a couple of times myself.
Oh, really? Yeah. When you're just too lazy to go get the remote. But I mean, I used to, in my bathroom mirror, I used to think that people were watching behind the bathroom mirror, so I would perform. So when I was younger, I think I would be like, just so they know, I can do crazy stuff if I need to defend myself. I mean, who was watching me? What was wrong with me as a kid that I thought that?
You probably should have talked to
someone.
someone.
I watched too many interrogation scenes where the mirror has a window behind it. That's probably, Hi. This was going to
Polaris is in the house.
This is how it goes.
Hey guys, what about interrogation?
The old bros.
Oh my God, where's Jamie?
Doing press elsewhere.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. All right?
Very much.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Intro, let's go with another flow. Ain't your average entertainment show. More the entertainment than what's on the screen. Connecting dots on what you see. Have you ever wondered how it all began? The idea, how they started the plan. XX actors, the whole team. Mad props to those behind the scene. Why did the person get into the biz? Something inside when they were a kid. Who helped them out when they wanted to quit? What about the fam that gave them rocks to kick? How all the haters, they left shaming alone. Find out in the entertainment zone with Paul Amadeus Lane. It's a real thing. Intro, let's go with another flow. Ain't your average entertainment show. More the entertainment than what's on the screen. Connecting dots on what you see.